you ever woke up in the morning and you're laying in bed and you can't get out of bed and you're thinking, oh, couldn't I just call in today? Do I have to go to work? And then when you get to work, everybody's tired and grumpy. And you think, why do I have to be here? Well, you know why. There's a reason why everybody has to go to work. If nothing else, it keeps us out of trouble. Fellow members and guests, I would like to demonstrate today 3 steps that can help you learn how to juggle. Because when you get up in the morning and you go to work, sometimes we forget we should have fun at work. Juggling is fun. Nobody's perfect at juggling except for the professionals. But when we go to work, we're always juggling. So the first step is we need to define our goal in order to juggle. In juggling, you have a goal line. The goal line is typically right here. When you're at work, do you set your goal line low? If you run a business, can you have a low goal? No. You really can't because it won't be profitable. For juggling, jugglers look at this line, always. They keep their eye on the goal. Because that goal is where they need to be to deliver their activities in order to keep it at the level where everybody can see it. The second step is planning and strategy. As a juggler, you do that in this area. If you've ever watched jugglers' hands, they move like this, right? Do you ever watch their hands much?
No.
Not really. So when you're at work and you're planning and strategizing, you're not strategizing for an audience. Probably in front of an audience. You're probably strategizing in a meeting, right? With people, with the people that you work with. You're working with them, encouraging, motivating, guiding, and celebrating, recognizing, right? That's what you do in this area. The planning and strategy area takes you to an area of activity, and that's the biggest area that you should be in at work. You plan, you strategize, and now you need to do your job. When you do your job, you're doing actions. When you're planning and strategizing, you're thinking. You're planning, you're analyzing. When you're actually out in front of the audience, this is the area that the audience looks at. When you're in the planning and strategy area, this is the area where you balance everything to the area of activity. And when you juggle, this is sort of the movement that juggling makes. And if you do a good job, this is what I call the butterfly effect. The butterfly effect, it looks beautiful. There's another way to look at it, the bow tie effect. That's being professional. In the area of activity, people are watching you. You have an audience. That's when you should try to do your best. And if you are having problems reaching your goal line, think about how long you are in that area of activity. Because if you'll notice as a juggler, this is the area the audience looks at. This is the area that you need to have the balance and the plans. So, let me show you how to juggle, in case you don't know. You start with one ball, and remember the motion here? This is like the beat of music. This is the motion that you do when you learn how to juggle. What I'm going to do is release the ball. I'm going to reach for my goal line. It's going to arch down, and I'm going to catch it with the next hand. Just like this. If you want to juggle, practice that. And remember, this is an invisible goal line. You want it to look pretty. You want it to go to the next hand. So you're going to release, arch, catch. Add another ball, and you do the same thing. There's a difference. You release, arch. You got something in your hand, you have to release that. So you release, catch. Release, arch, catch. Now when you release the second ball, you're not going to be very good at it. Sometimes it goes that way. Try to find square ones, because square ones are best, because when they fall, they stop. You're very tired of running across the floor, getting it, and coming back to your place of where you're going to juggle. So now I'm going to release, arch, release, catch. Like this. Isn't that wasn't very pretty, was it? You see the butterfly effect. Isn't that pretty? The bow tie effect. Professionalism. That's what you should be when the audience is looking at you. Now all you have to do is add another ball. You're still doing the same thing. Release, arch, release, catch. You're just adding one more ball, now it's a little bit faster. Remember your goal line. Always remember your goal line. Now you start juggling. See the butterfly? Isn't that something? What do you do when you drop the ball at work?
Pick it up.
Pick it up as quick as possible. And you hope the audience doesn't see, but if you're a good leader, the audience will encourage you because you encourage them. And you make it look pretty. 3 steps. Define your goal, plan and strategize, and execute. Execute in your area of activity and stay in there as long as you can all day.